10 daily choices that shape your future. Right now, in this very moment, you are making a choice. The choice to lean in or check out. The choice to rise up or stay the same. And here's the truth most people never want to face. Your future isn't shaped by chance. It's shaped by the decisions you make daily. Quiet, simple choices that most people overlook. But those choices, they build your life brick by brick. You want change? You want to stop waking up feeling like you're living below your potential? Then you need to listen to this. All of it. Because this isn't just a speech, it's a mirror. And by the end of it, you'll see exactly why you are where you are and what to do next to become who you're meant to be. So don't zone out, don't scroll, don't make another excuse. Lock in. Because the next few minutes might just be the most important investment you make in your future self. Let me tell you something powerful. Something most people spend their whole lives running from. You are responsible for your life. That's not a punishment. That's your superpower. The moment you decide that your life is yours, every result, every relationship, every dollar in the bank, every ounce of energy in your body, you take back the pen. You stop being a character in someone else's story and start writing your own. But here's the problem. We've been conditioned to point fingers. We've been taught to blame our parents, our past, the economy, our upbringing, our boss, our genetics. And listen, I get it. Some of you have been through hell. Some of you didn't get a fair start. Some of you were hurt, betrayed, abandoned, lied to. But let me ask you something deep, something raw. How long are you going to let that story define you? How long are you going to let someone else's choices control your future? There comes a moment when you realize that continuing to blame the past is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. It's choosing to stay in a prison where the door has been opened the whole time. Responsibility isn't about fault, it's the decision to say, I didn't choose what happened to me, but I sure as hell choose what happens next. That's power. And I'm not talking about fake power. I'm not talking about pretending everything's fine or acting like you've got it all together. No, I'm talking about real power, the kind that comes from radical ownership, the kind that stands in the mirror and says, if I'm not happy, I'm changing it. If I'm broke, I'm learning. If I'm tired, if I'm stuck, I'm moving. That's the moment you start shaping your future. Not in theory, not in motivation, in action. But here's the trick. Responsibility doesn't feel good at first. It burns. It humbles you. It forces you to face your patterns, your habits, your excuses. It strips you of the luxury of blaming anyone else. But once you've tasted it, once you've looked at your life and said, this is mine, and I'm no longer waiting for someone else to fix it, you become unstoppable. You start waking up with a different energy. You stop negotiating with fear. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop saying, I'll start when, and you start saying, I'm starting now. You start showing up as the creator, not the reactor, and the people around you, they'll feel it. They'll notice the shift, because when you take full responsibility, you raise the standard, not just for yourself, but for everyone you touch. Let me give it to you straight. There is no breakthrough without ownership. You can journal, meditate, manifest, pray, but if you don't take radical responsibility for your choices, nothing changes, period. And the good news is, responsibility is a choice you can make every single day. Not once, not when it's convenient. Every single day, when the alarm goes off, when the argument starts, when fear kicks in, when old habits whisper in your ear, you don't need permission. You don't need someone to believe in you. You don't need the perfect plan. You need one thing, the willingness to stop outsourcing your power and start living like your life depends on you, because it does. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't just go through the motions. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what am I going to do with this? That question flips the switch. That question turns pain into purpose. That question takes your life off autopilot and puts you back in the driver's seat. And the beautiful part is when you choose responsibility, you don't have to wait for change. You become the change. Every single day, you're standing at a crossroads between two forces, growth and comfort. One leads to the life you dream about. The other keeps you stuck in the life you're tolerating. And here's the truth most people don't want to admit. Growth isn't sexy. It's not glamorous. It's not some big Instagram-worthy moment. It's uncomfortable. It's inconvenient. It's painful, but it's necessary. Because nothing meaningful in your life will ever come from staying comfortable. Comfort is seductive. It whispers, you're fine, take it easy, you've done enough. It gives you 100 reasons to play it safe, to avoid risk, to wait for the right time. But while you're wrapped in comfort, your goals are collecting dust. Your potential is screaming in the background, begging you to stop settling. And deep down, you know it. You know that comfort isn't peace, it's numbness. It's the slow death of your passion, your drive, your purpose. Growth, on the other hand, demands something from you. It doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't knock politely. Growth shoves you into situations that test your character, stretch your limits, and force you to evolve. It says, you want more? Then become more. And it's not a one-time thing. It's a daily decision. Growth is waking up and doing what's necessary, not what's easy. You don't grow by waiting to feel ready. You grow by acting before you feel certain. You grow by pushing through resistance, not avoiding it. And yes, sometimes it's messy, sometimes it hurts, but the pain of growth is temporary. The pain of regret, that lasts a lifetime. You've got to rewire your mindset. Stop asking, how do I stay comfortable? And start asking, where am I being called to stretch? Because every single area of your life, your body, your finances, your relationships, your impact, requires intentional discomfort. You don't get in shape by doing what's easy. You don't build a business by avoiding failure. You don't become a leader by waiting for someone to tell you you're good enough. You grow by deciding that your future matters more than your feelings. You want to separate yourself from the crowd? Make growth your standard. While most people hit snooze, you rise early and build discipline. While others binge distraction, you feed your mind with wisdom. While they shrink in fear, you lean into courage. Because the future belongs to those who choose growth, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. I'm telling you, your future is hiding behind the things you're avoiding right now. That difficult conversation you keep putting off, growth. That new skill you're afraid to learn, growth. That decision you've been delaying because it's risky, growth. Every time you choose to face the hard thing, you grow. Every time you avoid it, you stay the same. And I know it's tempting to stay comfortable. You've worked hard, you've been through things, you've earned a little peace, right? But let me tell you this, peace isn't the absence of struggle. It's the presence of progress. You don't need less challenge. You need more capacity. And you only build capacity through growth. You're not here to live a lukewarm life. You're here to rise, to evolve, to impact. You're here to become the version of you that already exists inside, buried under layers of fear, doubt, and excuses. And that version, they don't live in your comfort zone. They live on the other side of effort. They live in the reps, in the sweat, in the silence of early mornings and late nights where no one's clapping for you, but you're still showing up. That's what shapes your future. That's what separates average from extraordinary. So ask yourself, what choice are you making today? Because the small daily decisions to grow, those are the seeds of transformation. You may not see the fruit right away, but trust me, keep planting, keep pushing, and one day you'll wake up living in the reality you once only dreamed about. Growth is not a moment, it's a lifestyle. In this noisy world, your focus is your most valuable currency. And if you're not intentional about where you place it, it'll be hijacked by everything and everyone around you. The average person has no idea how distracted they are until they wake up years later and realize they've spent their time scrolling, comparing, procrastinating, and reacting rather than creating, growing, and moving forward. And that's not living. That's just existing, right? Now, you're either focused on your vision or distracted by everything else. There is no middle ground. But here's the kicker. Distractions will always be there. They're sneaky. They're designed to pull you off track, to pull you into the noise, to keep you comfortable in a world that loves comfort. And when you let that happen, you lose precious time, the only thing that can never be replaced. Distractions look like late night TV, mindless scrolling, gossip, drama, or the million little things that steal your energy, time, and creativity. They feed your insecurities. They fuel your comparisons. They keep you in a place of reaction, not creation. But vision is the guiding star. Vision is the fuel that powers your engine, especially when the road gets tough. Vision is clarity. It's a force that cuts through the noise and keeps you on track, even when life's demands try to pull you in a million directions. Your vision is personal. It's the reason you get up in the morning. It's your why, your purpose, your heartbeat. And if you're not connected to that vision, every day becomes just another day to survive. How do you stay focused? How do you drown out the noise? It starts by being clear about where you want to go. It starts by knowing exactly what you're working toward. When you know where you're headed, distractions have no power over you. You don't get sidetracked because you're always aware of the bigger picture. You understand that every decision, every action is either propelling you closer to your vision or pulling you further away. And you get to choose. Think about your life right now. How many hours, how many days have you lost to the distractions you didn't even see coming? How many times have you gotten sucked into someone else's drama, someone else's agenda, someone else's noise? It's easy to get pulled into someone else's life, their problems, their worries. It's easy to scroll through social media and feel like you're missing out, or to compare your progress to someone else's highlight reel. But let me be clear, comparison is the thief of joy. And it's also the thief of your potential. You can't build the life you want if you're too busy focusing on the lives of others. It's time to reclaim your focus. Stop giving your attention to things that don't move you forward. Stop letting external circumstances and other people's opinions dictate your mood, your actions, or your outcomes. Your future isn't determined by how much you consume, it's determined by how much you create, how much you stay true to your path, how much you protect your energy from the things that don't serve you. Here's the truth. The world is designed to distract you. It's built on convenience, instant gratification, and constant noise. But the future belongs to those who choose vision over distraction, those who choose purpose, those who choose action over passive consumption. Every single day, you're either feeding your vision or feeding your distractions. And if you want to create the future you've dreamed about, then you must begin feeding your vision with purpose and intention. So ask yourself right now, what's my vision? What do I want? What am I willing to sacrifice in order to achieve it? Because that's the thing about vision. It requires sacrifice. You can't have both. You can't have the life you're meant to live if you're still attached to everything that keeps you small, keeps you distracted, keeps you stuck in old patterns. You have to make a choice. When you are clear on your vision, everything changes. Suddenly, you're not just reacting to life, you're creating it. You're no longer swayed by every new trend, every bit of gossip, every distraction that comes your way. You're in the driver's seat. You decide where to go and how to get there. You're not letting the world tell you where you should be. You're telling the world where you're going. The noise will always be there, but your vision, that's your anchor. That's what keeps you steady in the storm. So stop allowing the world to control your focus. Start controlling it yourself. To live a life that matters, it's time to tune out the noise and tune in to what truly matters. The vision you're building, one choice at a time. You've heard it before, follow your feelings. Do what feels right. But let me ask you, how often do your feelings lead you to success? How often do they guide you to the life you truly want? You know as well as I do that your emotions will lie to you. They'll tell you to hit snooze, skip the workout, avoid the uncomfortable conversation. They'll make you believe that the path of least resistance is the path you should follow. And in the moment, it feels so good, doesn't it? To just give in to what's easy, what's familiar, what's comfortable. But let me remind you of something that's hard to hear. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Success is not born in the cozy moments of ease. It's forged in the fires of discipline. Discipline is what gets you up when the alarm rings early. It's what keeps you going when your body is exhausted, when your mind says quit, and when your heart whispers, you can't do this. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the force that carries you through the times when motivation is nowhere to be found. The truth is, motivation is fickle. It's an emotional high that can disappear as quickly as it arrives. And when it's gone, what's left? What do you do when the excitement wears off? When the newness fades? When the challenge gets harder than you expected? That's when discipline steps in. Discipline is not a feeling. It's a commitment to your future, no matter how you feel in the present. It's what keeps you going when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when everything inside of you is screaming to quit. Think about it for a moment. What's one goal you've set for yourself that you've walked away from because it felt too hard? Or maybe you feel like doing it that day. What would have happened if, instead of listening to the excuses and the emotional pull to quit, you had just shown up anyway? You didn't have to feel like it, you just had to do it. That's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Discipline. Discipline isn't about never having doubts or never feeling tired. It's about doing what you need to do anyway. I want you to understand this. Discipline isn't just about being tough or pushing through pain for the sake of it. No, it's about creating the habits and systems that align with your future self. It's about setting yourself up for success in the long run, even when the short-term feelings don't match your vision. It's about showing up for yourself when no one else is watching. It's about doing the small things daily, things that feel insignificant at the time, but those are the things that compound. Those are the moments that add up and create massive momentum over time. You've heard the saying, you are what you repeatedly do. It's not a catchy phrase, it's a law of life. If you want to be a great leader, it's the small daily actions of discipline that shape you into the person who can lead. If you want to be physically fit, it's not the one-time intense workout that does the job. It's the daily choice to show up, to sweat, to push through when you want to quit. If you want to build a business, it's not about one big deal or a lucky break. It's the daily grind. Every phone call, every email, every decision to keep going when others would have thrown in the towel. The key is this: discipline is a choice, and it's a choice you can make every single day. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. You don't need to be motivated every day. You don't need to feel excited every day. You just need to be disciplined enough to take the next step, no matter what. And that right there is the secret to creating the life you've always wanted. I'm going to say something that might hit hard. You don't have time to waste. Every day is a gift, a chance to take one more step toward your vision. But every day you allow your emotions to dictate your actions is another day you're delaying the life you're meant to live. Your emotions will tell you to give up, to slow down, to coast. But your discipline will tell you, keep going. This is what it takes. Your future is waiting for you, but it will only show up if you choose to step into it with discipline. The choice is always yours.